Welcome to the Macbeef-Banquet podcast, episode 83. You want me to start over?
No.
Okay.
We're keeping it.
Alrighty.
I don't give a shit. They'll just think it was you, even though you were talking.
Yeah, definitely.
Quit trying to drink of my water.
Drink cummies.
Instead. Yeah. We watched an amazing movie this week. Perhaps the best movie I think I've ever seen. Obviously, I've never made that joke before. And when I do, it's about a movie that's bad. We watched Airplane Mode.
Starring
Casey Neistat.
Logan Paul.
Oh, and Casey Neistat.
He was
in it for like a
second.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see what this director has done before. Chainsaw is the only other movie he's made.
A movie called Chainsaw, or was it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
A movie called Chainsaw.
Okay.
And there's actually two directors. And the other one he was a screenwriter, but nope, he also worked on Chainsaw. All right.
Well, there you go. Very, very interested to check out Chainsaw then. We'll pick that for next week.
Definitely.
Yeah. Nah, we got something else.
Airplane Mode from 2019. Logan Paul, bunch of other fucking
idiots,
YouTubers, shit.
Yeah.
Eli
is giving me the
fuck
eye.
you eyes.
Yeah. It's probably because I got his girlfriend.
Yeah. So
on my lap.
What did you think of this beautiful movie?
I loved how many references to sex there were. Just like okay, but like really though, like the amount of times that like you would see a guy like push a woman's head like towards his dick.
Oh yeah,
absolutely amazing. I'm totally not being sarcastic at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was really just like I was like after like even the first time I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like
yeah,
obviously, and I mean I'm guessing they were trying to be cringy, obviously, but like
I don't think they were trying though. I think they were trying to be funny. That's the worst about it.
Oh man, like I'm curious to know like what other people have said about this movie, because like if anyone actually does find it funny, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I was also I'll take a look at that. See if we can come up with scrounge up some reviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It got really low numbers it got 2.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 0.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd, 2.4 on Google.
Oh.
Packed with actions, humor, and scenes that make you question your belief. I like how this masterpiece has led me to think on a completely different level about love, wealth, truthfulness, and reality. It paints a sad image of the society and the fact that wealth dominates the love, and the wholehearted motifs are nothing but pathetic tricks undeserving of one's interests. Truly, the real comedy that sits above all the meaningless dirty jokes and cringy laughters of live audience, with its meaningfulness packed in every single scene, is the real masterpiece.
There you go. That guy must have been smoking something while he was watching it for sure.
And this is my review of the last episode of the 1956 Tom and Jerry Blue Cat Blues. It has been decades. The finale of this comedic cartoon still brings endless laughs of children and sorrow tears of grown-ups. While you may be wondering my thoughts about the movie Airplane Mode, you should go ahead and watch the 7 minutes long short cartoon if you haven't already. I promise you'll forget about Airplane Mode after watching it. This movie, no matter it's good or bad, will just be another film you'll watch or forget. But Blue Cat Blues, the society needs it. You need it. Okay, well that was
clearly plugging.
He probably
clever.
He probably made it.
Blue
Cat Blues. No, he probably made Blue Cat Blues.
Yeah, right. He's like, people will watch this. People who do watch it will be stupid enough to click on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone, I think, literally someone just copied and pasted their exact comment.
Really?
Yeah. That's weird.
It's like a separate account that the guy made.
It is. I mean, it's a fucking different account.
That's hilarious.
But what's weird is the first one I read has, like a really, just a random, like a image. But then the other one has a gif of Tom the cat.
Nice.
So that might be the real one, you know?
Tom the cat, or like that weird cat from like back in the day. Where do you remember what I'm talking about? Like that app or whatever you could.
Oh
like,
no, not Tom the Talking Cat.
Tom the Talking Cat.
Yeah, why did they do that? That must have been a little bit copyrighty, you know?
Probably.
It's a cat
it
named
was
Tom.
Close, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you know.
It's a talking cat, so it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, exactly. And the name, I feel like, isn't really necessarily, as long as like the design isn't too similar. I'm sure they would
Yeah.
be fine. Honestly.
So yeah, it's a bad movie.
It's just a bad movie.
Um,
It's profound, you know. It's really gives you an idea of what's important.
I don't even know.
What do you think about these performances, though?
All of them? Honestly, Oscar worthy. I would give everything. No, for real though. No.
The kangaroos.
No one really did a good job acting. I didn't really believe anyone cared. I mean, maybe they thought they were making a good movie, a funny movie, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was wondering who this one guy, Juanpa.
Juanpa?
Juan. I was wondering, like, is he a YouTuber or something?
I think he is.
Because he doesn't really show up in the
Cast.
There he is. He's like the second, probably like the co-star or whatever, and he's like the 10th on the cast list. You know what I mean? Mexican vlogger. Okay, so he is a YouTuber of sorts. He has been in some movies, apparently. Yeah. I don't know what to say. The movie was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's not. You almost can't review it with like a straight face, you know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's just bad. Just don't watch it. Like,
don't watch it.
I thought it would be something you and I could make fun of and just have a fun time
we
with.
didn't laugh like once. Like
we didn't
there was,
know.
like, one point.
There was one point where a doctor vomits on a kid's broken legs.
Yeah.
And that was like the funniest point of the movie, and it wasn't even that funny. It was just like
the
chuckle.
The can we talk about the
elephant in the room?
Yeah, get the hell out of here, Kai. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, I know. Kai's such an asshole.
Okay, what are you saying?
The little bit where they were like, he got to get got or whatever, you know.
That was annoying.
That little spiel. That was so cringy.
It was like, what was that one? Oh yeah, it was what's that movie?
Blade Runner.
No.
Blade Runner 2049.
I'm sorry. We watched it for New Year's around that time. Do you remember? It was instead of Cooey the Boogeyman. Jojo Rabbit. That's right.
Jojo Rabbit.
It was that it was like that one scene where they're all just saying "Hi Hitler" or whatever.
Oh yeah, kind of excessive, just
too much. It went too
too
far.
much rapid fire, yeah.
And it went too far, and it wasn't even funny the first time they said it in airplane mode.
Yeah.
They didn't say hi Hitler, but they were just
they said Heil Hitler.
but they were just like, you know, gots to get God or whatever, and it wasn't funny the first time, and they said it like 10 times, and it just got really, really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Who was this directed to? Who was this, you know,
our generation?
Who was the audience? Because it was PG-13, but I would not let my child watch that if they were 13 years old.
You wouldn't? No.
No. There are R-rated movies I would rather let my kid watch than that piece of shit.
What's a good example of like a good movie?
Deadpool would be would be a funner movie to watch, more enjoyable.
You'd definitely laugh a lot more.
You know what? I'm gonna look up some good R-rated movies that I'd rather let my 13-year-old watch if I had a 13-year-old, which I don't.
Yes.
Because you want me to prove it.
I have like a 6-year-old nephew.
Joker. Logan. Sorry.
Logan Paul.
Logan with
Logan Paul.
Yeah, 1917 is R-rated. I'd let them watch 1917. A lot of death happens in that.
That's true.
Matrix. I'd let them watch The Matrix. Get Out. That is not R-rated. How is that R-rated?
I don't know. There's some sort of adult themes and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. There's obviously some movies I would rather let
Right,
my
that are
kids
just-
watch. It's just the rating thing kind of was so weird. It was PG-13, but it had like blatant sexual innuendos
Yeah.
every minute, pretty much.
Right. Yeah. Again, it was so just like rapid fire. Like when they switched like the seatbelt light off or something, and it was like a whole montage.
Oh
of just,
yeah, of just people fucking essentially.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. Peak cinema.
Now in it, because I'm guessing it got a lot of influence from the original Airplane.
Yeah, to a point, and there were some references in there to stuff, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know, what did they do? There were a couple. I don't remember what they were. I kind of forgot already.
Mm-hmm.
So forgettable.
But
this movie is.
you've seen the original Airplane, right?
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah.
100%.
I remember that being much funnier than this movie.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
a different comedy, you know.
And it's funny because it mentioned, you know, in one of the reviews, I think is just it's a parody of a parody. Like Airplane, you know, the original one was already a parody of like airplane movies.
Right.
And then Airplane Mode was just a parody of that parody. Eli, come here.
Right.
We got pussies in the room, boys.
For days.
You're not going anywhere, Eli.
No.
All right.
And there they go. Off into the night.
Yep.
Now that we're done talking about this god-awful movie.
Yeah. I'm sorry for making you watch it. I do feel bad. It was not good.
It's all right.
It's different
Sometimes.
it was different than the Black Cat
But
and different than
probably
Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving was like
At least
they weren't trying to be funny though with Thanksgiving. Like I think a bad movie that
Oh yeah, like they knew, yeah, because it was like a college thing.
yeah, it's
And
like they were
yeah, they knew it was
they
like
were
a
it was
silly kind of
yeah,
thing.
it wasn't they weren't like blatantly like oh penis. It's like with Airplane Mode, it's like they knew they were trying to be funny.
Right.
And they crashed and burned like I hoped the plane did
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah. Honestly.
Killing all the YouTubers.
Killing everyone.
All those
Stupid.
YouTubers.
Oh, #Acon.
Yeah.
Would you go to #Acon, Mouse?
No, I wouldn't.
But it's so much fun. You get to meet a bunch of people or something.
And fuck them, because that was the whole point. Remember,
No,
the
you
only
get to kill-
only reason they went was so they could fuck people.
Yes. But we get to, if we were to go, we could kill all of those people and we could amass all of their followers.
Because that's how it works.
Like that prankster.
'Cause that's how it works. You
That
kill
evil
someone.
Soviet prankster.
Yeah, and then he just didn't show up again because he
Which
died.
I loved when like it was very stupid, but when he gets like the little brooch thing or whatever in his hands, and that's how he gets out. 'Cause
Yeah.
flies after
Oh yeah.
the woman's.
Like he knew it was happening. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get this shit, and then he just catches it.
yeah, doesn't even have to move his hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Because he can't.
Yes. Exactly.
All right, that's it for this movie. Fuck you, Airplane Mode. Fuck you, Logan
guys.
Paul. Fuck you. Fuck you guys. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Um.
What'd you watch, Mouse?
I watched a lot of movies actually. First off, I finished Sweet Home.
Alabama.
No, the
It's an
TV
okay
show.
song. Oh, okay. How what'd you think of it?
I don't know. It wasn't great. It wasn't perfect. It was all right. It's okay. To me, it seemed like they got the rights to use about 2 songs, and played those the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. So every single episode, they played the song "Warrior" or "Warriors" by Imagine Dragons.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've heard that song or
Yeah,
not.
I have.
But they use that song in every single episode. And it's like,
Okay,
oh, I see.
yeah.
I see what you did. You just got the rights to use this one song.
Right.
Or I don't know. I was thinking like how popular like maybe that song is popular in Korea or South Korea or something.
Sure.
And that's why they used it a lot.
Maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
I was
But
gonna say because like the only time I could really see it if it's like a song where it's like there's enough like variety within the song itself where you can use different parts in different episodes. Maybe it could
Yeah.
work. But yeah, if it uses
but no, it was like every time they were
overkill,
about
like
to
that's-
go kill something or then they just
Go
used that
Power
song.
Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get you. Okay. Other than that though,
Other than that, it was interesting. I think because it was a lot about character. Like each person has issues they're going through, and you don't know what's going on with everyone, that kind of thing. Everything kind of unravels almost. I don't know. It's okay. I would say at least check out the first episode, if
And see if you
nothing
like it.
else. Yeah, because I
Would
don't
you
know.
say that's a good like? Because I feel like there's always a certain like episode where you like watch to this point, and if you don't like it, then just
Mm-hmm.
move on.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, because last week I mentioned I watched the first and second episode, but the first episode was, there was some good shots in it, but the rest of the series was kind of, I don't know. I honestly was just watching for the characters, honestly, at that point, because I was
Yeah,
interested in, what happens to them.
yeah.
Um.
Well, that's kind of like like when I think of like the newsroom, like the very opening scene is like this like it's a pretty good little like sort of montage of art and montage like not monologue. I don't know. It's just like a little like speech he gives or whatever, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
this sort of kind of supposed to be like this profound like political I don't know stance on things or something. But then which is kind of cool the way they shot it. But then like the rest of the show is just kind of not as it doesn't fit with that. So sometimes it's kind of tricky if you set it up too well, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, and then you can't follow with that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then the rest of the like most of the dialogue within that show was I don't know, it was just too snappy, too much of the time.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
because I was like nobody talks like this either way. Yeah, because if you set the wrong precedent and can't live up to it, that can be
Mm-hmm.
a bit tricky.
Yeah, definitely.
Either way, but what else did you watch?
So I watched Sweet Home. I thought I watched another show, but I don't think I did. I watched, for movies, I watched I Am Legend. Rewatched it. I've
Yeah.
seen it a couple of times before. I was in the mood for it, so I watched
Mm-hmm.
it. Still pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
I watched that a couple months back.
mhm.
Um, Obviously I remembered the visual effects being a little bit better, but then I was like, I'm older now and I pay a little bit more attention to some of that.
Yeah.
But like even still, it was pretty
Some of
good.
them weren't some of the
Some
effects
of them were
weren't too
good.
bad,
Some of them were
actually.
actually pretty good.
Um,
Um, I'm trying to remember. There was just like a couple of shots I think really.
mhm.
But no, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
I've trying to remember. I haven't read the book, but
Oh, yeah, the book's good.
I wanted to.
I've read it. I think I
wanted
have
to.
it somewhere in my.
For sure. I think my dad has it in his like Kindle library, so I might
Mhm.
borrow that and
Yeah.
check it out.
It's a good. I think it's not too similar,
I was
but
gonna say I heard
it's
the ending's
still.
like darker a little
Mhm.
bit.
I haven't read it in a while, but I do enjoy that one.
What else?
Equalizer, because I got the first and second one as like a DVD pack, so I watched
That's cool.
them. First one's obviously I think better than the second one. But again, I'm like kind of surprised because because I think John Wick. When did John Wick come out? 20.
2013? Is that too late?
Trying to remember. 20.
No, it's probably before that.
2014.
Oh, okay.
So they came out the same year. Well, it was just interesting to me how like Equalizer uses fighting a lot less, it seems, and John Wick uses a lot more, but John Wick is still almost better in my opinion.
I feel like it's more iconic.
Yeah. Equalizer is still pretty good though. At least the first one was.
Yeah.
The second one, hell, the story didn't work too well.
What do you think about John Wick 2?
I enjoy all three.
Oh, okay.
I think the third one less, but the first two are pretty solid in my
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I would agree. What do we think about Godfather 2?
I haven't seen that. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I watched.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty. It's pretty.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty.
I said good. You can play that back.
You can.
I will. I'll play it back later and rub it in your face.
All right.
I'll voice over it. But the third one's not as good. Anyway, what else did you watch?
The last movie I watched was Tom and Jerry, the new one,
John and Terry.
the one that just came out.
How was it?
Not
Amazing.
Good. No, it wasn't good.
Was it better than airplane mode though?
I really didn't want to see it, but I was like, I might as well watch it because I might regret it if I don't. No, I think airplane mode was still worse, but Tom and Jerry is directed towards, I guess, this new generation of children.
Yeah.
and also supposed to be nostalgic, I guess, for the adults, but it was mostly about
The war.
the people.
Oh.
The people who were like around Tom and Jerry, and it just wasn't interesting. Like Colin Jost was in it. Chloe, what is it? Grace Moretz
Yeah.
was in it. Michael Pena.
Pina. Pena.
It just, I don't know. It was kind of cringy. Like it wasn't funny. Supposed to be like a family film, but it was like, I don't know. The story, it was just not good. I would definitely not watch it. Not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I think it's kind of difficult to, I don't know, try and beat the original or anything.
Yeah.
Like whether the show or, I mean, I think they've done movies before.
Mm-hmm.
Like little
there was,
Cartoon
yeah,
Network.
there was a movie that
Yeah.
I've seen.
So like, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like the Lion King live action stuff or any of that, you know, any of those movies where it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
I think those are still good though.
I know, but like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like if you sort of make it kind of like same beat for same, you know, the same beats. Yeah. Obviously, it's just a kind of a carbon.
It's
copy.
definitely Tom and Jerry. The new one is definitely not that. They're like trying something new, but
like
it's been done before because it's Woody Woodpecker again.
But then that's what I mean too, because like then you end up kind of comparing it to like the original stuff.
Yeah,
like, you know,
3D.
I mean, maybe not if you're you know who it's meant for, I guess, which is probably like what, like 10, 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
you're not gonna care because you don't really probably didn't watch the original stuff as much. You know, all the film or the Tom and Jerry purists out there know what I'm talking about.
Because there's been so many of these movies. List of films with live action and animation. Because what was there? There was Sonic,
the Hedgehog,
Woody Woodpecker.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think of specifically the ones. Go all the way. Of the ones, you know, that. Never mind. It's really hard to find what I'm looking for. Yeah. Still, I don't know. It's.
You weren't a fan. It's all right.
Yeah, I was just trying to find other movies that were with the same.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Not premise.
That's fair. I mean, for what it's worth, too, I'm probably not gonna watch it anyway.
No, I know. I definitely was just like, I want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it for the sake of the fact that it's in theaters and it's only gonna be there for a little bit, so I might as well.
It's all right, Miles. I've seen your room. I know, and you got a bunch of Tom and Jerry posters up there. It's okay.
Okay.
I know that's why you got Kai and not Kai. Kai's a dog. That's why you got Eli and a pet mouse.
All right. What have you seen anything this week?
I've watched 2 things this week.
Me and Eli.
Yes. Every single moment of every single day.
It's fucked up.
I was just watching that episode where of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Dee is like trying to get the waitress to like go out for like a Sex in the City night, girls' night type thing.
Yeah.
And she has like Charlie's Notebook because he just like spies on the waitress all the time. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I got backups if you take that one, you know. And it's just like, I was like, I figured you'd have multiple, or you could just make another one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I finally watched Hannah and Her Sisters.
Okay.
Which wasn't bad. I liked it. There's some pretty good acting all around, I think. And I liked the way it was staged for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
There obviously would have been some things I would do differently because and especially knowing the script and what happens to. But that's only because I got a chance to direct some of the scenes in the script.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But for the most part, I thought it was pretty solid.
How close were you to the original?
I mean, I feel like there were definitely some moments that I felt that I would do that pretty much the same, like the party scenes at the beginning and the end.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want like I mean, they'd be a little bit different, of course, because like I was thinking more so like kind of like one continuous take with maybe like a couple cuts here and there, but like still kind of fluid. Because it's like a party, so I want to kind of imagine like the camera as like a person at the party. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of going into different conversations as you see the different characters or whatever.
And that's not what they do.
Kind of did it, but it was more so like cuts than like a fluid thing.
You want it to feel, maybe not one, as you said, not one take, but
Yeah, but,
something
like,
to
think,
feel
like-
like you don't, the feeling of almost not cutting.
Right, like if you think like a video game too, or like where you have like sometimes those like elaborate like opening like sequences where maybe you're the character and you're kind of going to different characters or something, or doing like a little something like that where it's just kind of continuous. I felt would work, but and like I said, there were definitely some longer takes in there, I think, and that's the other thing too. Like they're sitting down and having dinner, and it's like kind of a one static shot. Like you remember, I don't know if you'll remember the specific shot, but like in what was it, 12 Angry Men. There's like one shot where it just kind of continues, and there's like a good while where it's like not like a monologue, but just like a rambling of one of the characters, and it's like it kind of just stays on them the whole time. That's kind of what it made me think of, because there's like just static from like this one angle, and I felt like I would do that pretty similar, where I'd want to get a longer take if I could, and use that. So they're definitely and for the style of script that it was too, that would make sense. So but it was pretty good. I'd recommend it. And then what else did I watch? We watched a documentary yesterday, actually, in documentary class. Big surprise there.
Yeah.
It is called Minding the Gap. Came out.
Sounds
it's
familiar.
on Hulu. Came out in 2018. It was pretty cool because it's a documentary, kind of like a POV sort of thing, where the actual guy recording is also a character within the story. And so you actually see him. He's not as afraid of showing the camera, which does and doesn't work. I mean, depending on what you prefer, I guess. But I thought it was pretty good. At first, it was a little chaotic story-wise, just because there's a lot going on. But that's kind of cool too, because it's almost like, like life is complicated like that too, which I was like, okay, I mean, I can see that. So there were some, and one of the thing too is like you can't really nitpick it too much either, because it was like something that he pretty much did himself, which is kind of cool. Because it's about him. Basically, it's about him and his friends. It's sort of just a preview of their lives, and it kind of gets into sort of their struggles. I don't get into too much of it in case you want to watch it, but I'd recommend it for sure.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good all around. The story was pretty. It came around in the end, I think, especially. There's a good point where you kind of see all the characters sort of at their, like, I don't know, most emotional, I guess, and it's kind of like a cool little juxtaposition sort of each of them. So yeah, so that was pretty good. Other than that, I don't think I've been watching anything else. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
But
one thing, I guess, before we move on, I might go see Minari this weekend. Who knows?
oh, for sure, yeah, I'm gonna go. My buddy Ethan and I are gonna go see Return of the King on Saturday. It's playing at I think you said Celebration. It's at 8:00. So if you're available, you can definitely. If they still have tickets, you're more than welcome to come. Obviously.
My mom's coming down. As
Oh,
I
okay.
said, so
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to-
that's why. I was gonna say, because I was gonna ask you, then I was like, I probably won't, because I mean, I figured you'd be busy. This
Yeah,
weekend.
I also have the movie. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh yeah, it's great. But I'd be curious to go see it in theaters. So that'd be cool.
Did you watch that video I sent you? By the way, the Good Bad Flicks one.
I did. Yeah.
Did you watch that? They talked about the guys from Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Really- it was
I forgot to
really
message you
cool.
about it, but yeah, it was pretty dope. We gotta talk about that too. We can talk about it after the podcast, but yeah.
What are we watching next week, Henry?
So next week we've got a movie picked out that is called. Well, actually, let me look at where it's at first.
Okay.
Hate to give away spoilers, but
It's on. Those are the spoilers of what it's on.
yeah, definitely no. Well, it's on Tubi, and it's also on Vudu and Amazon, but I think you need premium for that. But it's on the other ones, and that is, again, spoiler alert. I'm sorry, but it's called John Dies at the End.
Okay. I think I did want to see this at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Came out in 2012. It's got Paul Giamatti, Clancy Brown,
Interesting.
Chase Williamson, some other people.
This looks good.
Yeah. So we'll be watching that next week.
It's a novel, apparently.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, yeah, I've definitely seen the cover for this. What I don't like is the fact that they have so many different covers. This one looks really nice. I like that one. It's clean. And then
It's
you
crisp.
got this one that looks like it's a book.
Yeah.
Which it might actually
Which
be
is
the
kinda
cover
cool.
of the book. And then you've got this one, which is like the cheap of the era type of cover, and it looks like it was made
Yeah, it looks
really
kind of
bad.
cheap, like a 2000s kind of.
Yeah. And then you've got this one.
Yeah.
That one's yeah.
Yeah.
You really want
I
to
can
go
see
with
it.
that first one. That's like really solid.
Right. Yeah. It's crisp. It's clean. It's
Mhm.
aesthetic. Yeah.
Aesthetic as fuck.
Aesthetic.
All right. So we're watching John Dies at the end.
Yeah.
It's on, as you said,
Tubi and
Voodoo.
Voodoo. It's on Tudu and Voodoo.
Tubi.
Voobie.
Booby.
Voobie.
Say Booby.
Tudu and Voobie.
All right.
So watch it next week with us
Yeah.
on an all-new episode of the Macbeef-Banquet podcast.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's my shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's my shit.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. It's my shit. Tudu.